Summer is a time of adventure and exploration, and when it comes to occupying the kids, you can find both right here at the Idaho State Museum. Emily, it is so great to see you. We're here at the Idaho State Museum, and I understand you have some really creative, engaging, and educational ways to keep the kids occupied this summer.
Yeah, we're here at the museum, and we're in such a unique space to have our summer camps because we have all of these wonderful interactive exhibits around us that the kids get to play in and learn through play, as well as all sorts of activities that they can do, and they're interdisciplinary. So whether they're interested in science or art or writing, there's something for your camper.
And speaking of those interactive displays, tell me about this right here. What are we standing in front of?
Yeah, so we're in our Boomtown Exhibition, which is our family learning space, and this is such a fun exhibit because students actually get to put themselves in the place of a miner, so they get to explode dynamite and look for ore and see if they can find some gold.
Excellent, which is also a huge part of Idaho history, so they're learning all at the same time, right?
Yeah, so learning through play is really important, especially for the young ones, and they get to learn about a big part of Idaho history, which is our mining history here. And obviously they found gold in 1860 in the Clearwater River, and now your student can find gold at the museum.
I love that. Okay, and tell me more about the summer camps too, because they all have themes. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so one of our themes is explorers and engineers, where your camper can get a chance to be like Lewis and Clark, or many of the other explorers that have come through the state, or like some of the engineers that maybe work at Micron or some of the local industry businesses here. So they get to get their hands on and hands dirty with some of those activities. We also have Idaho Quest, which is really about kind of exploring the state, looking at the animals and the plants and the landscapes that make Idaho so unique. And then we also have Boomtown, which we're in its namesake right now in this exhibit. And it's really looking at positions or careers that people can have, and that's for our younger students, the K through second. And so we have a lot of reading that we do with books, so there's some literacy aspects, but a lot of play in this exhibit space as well.
And speaking of play, in addition to the indoor, there's also an outdoor space too.
Yeah, so that is another thing that makes the museum so unique. We have an outdoor space that we call Pioneer Village. It features 3 historic houses, as well as grassy spaces, and our pavilion where we can do activities outside in a covered area. And we also have our Lewis and Clark Interpretive Trail, where there's a fun outdoor exhibit for students to explore.
That's great, and also some options to help the kids get the wiggles out.
So we have one of our activities that we like to run in camps, which is our salmon obstacle course. So they get to put themselves in the place of a sockeye salmon, trying to get from Redfish Lake to the Pacific Ocean and back, and we time them, and the fastest time wins.
In addition to the on location, you have a virtual option.
Yeah, so our virtual option for the museum, we actually piloted those last year during the summer, and they were really great because it allowed us to reach students all across the state. So we provide a backpack, which is filled with tons of activities that students can do, art projects, science experiments. And then we have a week-long virtual camp that we do through Zoom. And we get our museum educators to do virtual tours, games, and they get a chance to sit around a virtual campfire and share stories with people all around the state.
Are there any deadlines that parents need to keep in mind when it comes to signing up?
Yeah, sign up as soon as possible. Try to get your camper in there before we fill up. So you can learn more and register at our website.
Okay, and so where do parents go so they can register and get all the information they need?
Yeah, so it's at History.Idaho.gov/events, and all of the camps are listed there with all of the information about the themes and some of the activities that we're going to do, and so all of that will be on our website.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Emily.
Yeah, thank you.